In October 2020, the streets of Nigeria came alive with a sound the nation hadn't heard in decades, the sound of collective pain turned into purpose. The chants were unrelenting, the courage was contagious. The message was simple: end police brutality, end impunity, end the silence. What began as a cry against the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, SARS, became something larger, something deeper. It became a movement that awakened a generation long dismissed as apathetic. For days, weeks, and across cities, young Nigerians raised their voices, united not by tribe, religion, or class, but by one demand: justice. The End SARS protests reminded Nigeria of the power of unity, the power of ordinary people who refused to be broken by fear. It was raw, it was loud, it was unfiltered, and in that moment, history was watching. But beyond the hashtags and heartbreaks, we must now ask, what next? 5 years later, can we measure progress not just in memories, but in systems that have changed? Have we built the structures to make sure injustice has no hiding place? Have we moved from emotion to education, from outrage to organized reform? Have we realized that true governance change happens not just on the streets, but at the polling units, within political parties, in policy rooms, and through sustained civic action? The protest was a moment, but progress is a process. Real change requires patience, persistence, and participation. It requires us to engage, to organize, to vote, and to hold leaders accountable, not just online, but in real life. The spirit of End SARS was never meant to die with the tear gas or fade with the trending tag. It was meant to evolve, to fuel a new era of civic consciousness where young Nigerians understand that power is not begged for, it is built. The memory of End SARS cannot remain an annual ritual of grief. It should be a roadmap, one that leads us to accountability, justice, and transparent governance. To the fallen, we owe a system that works, one where their sacrifice births reform, not regret. To the living, we owe clarity of purpose, a reason to keep believing that Nigeria can rise again. And to the next generation, we owe lessons learned, not mistakes repeated. End SARS was not just a protest, it was a promise. A promise that the people will never again stay silent in the face of injustice, that they will turn their pain into policy, grief into growth, outrage into organization. Because in the end, nations do not change by chance, they change by choice.